Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. It's the 4th of September today, and we're going to reflect on Luke 4:38 to 44. Listen. After leaving the synagogue, Jesus entered Simon's house. Now Simon's mother-in-law was suffering from a high fever, and they asked him about her. Then he stood over her and rebuked the fever, and it left her. Immediately she got up and began to serve them. As the sun was setting, all those who had any who were sick with various kinds of diseases brought them to him, and he laid his hands on each of them and cured them. Demons also came out of many, shouting, "You are the Son of God." But he rebuked them and would not allow them to speak, because they knew that he was the Messiah. At daybreak he departed and went into a deserted place, and the crowds were looking for him. And when they reached him, they wanted to prevent him from leaving them. But he said to them, "I must proclaim the good news of the kingdom of God to the other cities also, for I was sent for this purpose." So he continued proclaiming the message in the synagogues of Judea, the gospel of the Lord. There is a longing in every human being for physical intimacy. However, we are becoming an increasingly fearful people, and not only do we shy away from physical contact, when it comes to our children, we have become totally paranoid. Given how common sexual abuse has become, perhaps we have legitimate cause for that, but we also need to understand the importance of touch. Newborn babies struggle to gain weight, grow, and thrive without the human touch. Infants, however, who experience a lot of contact are happier. Their body temperatures regulate almost constantly, and their immune system is strengthened. As we grow, if we don't get touch, we become cold, distant, and antisocial, and often become depressed and suicidal, and there are scientific studies that prove this. Jesus was a toucher. He touched everybody. When a leper came to him one day, before Jesus healed him, he touched him. And we should take a moment to grasp the significance of this. Ostracized all his life, the leper needed healing to his heart more than he needed healing to his body. In today's passage, practically the entire town gathers at his doorstep seeking healing, and Jesus touches each of them before healing or delivering them. Jesus understood the need for the touch. I do too. I'm often known as the huggy-buggy preacher because I hug everybody. I sometimes sense a certain reticence in a few people the first couple of times I embrace them, and have realized it is because of the fear factor I just spoke about. But more commonly, it is because the experience is strange to them. They have never been hugged, not even by their parents, which is really very sad. And once they realize that they have no cause for concern, they look forward to that hug because it makes a big difference to their lives. There is at least one person I know of who has come to Christ because of a hug. One day I was about to give a talk, and I was introduced to this guy called Bhupendra. I gave him a hug, then went about my preaching. Later on, the man would testify how that hug impacted his life. He said, "Nobody had ever hugged me. I decided to stay back and listen to what this man had to say. What I heard changed my life." Today, that man is a Christian and serves God full-time through this ministry. So, give somebody a nice Jesus-like hug today. It might change them forever. And if you are afraid of receiving them, chill. Not everything is bad.